Brad, are you coming out soon? It, there's not going to be a big reveal. Just come out. You're not doing you're not doing the lumberjack again, are you? Please say you're not doing the lumberjack again. That is so it's played out. Come out of the bathroom. Let me see. I can tell it was homemade. No, don't. Let me guess. Let me guess. I'm going to try to figure out what your costume is. Turn around. Oh, that's I wouldn't say that's unfortunate. I'm not sure if that's the look you were going for. That's what were you? No, I still want to guess. I still want to guess. Turn around a little bit. Okay, that's just confusing. You look like okay, you are a mailman who went through the apocalypse and then a nasty divorce. No. What? I'm not. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. You are a blender with attachment issues. No. You've lost me completely. Like, I can't, like, the boots are throwing me off. Like, what is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure anyone will guess that, Brad. So you are a power line repairman who got electrocuted? But see, you just you look like a tumbleweed that got thrown in a trash compactor. I just don't know what this costume. Where did you get the pieces for this costume? Okay, well, you know the goal of today's class. So, is this really what you want to present to our students today? This presentation that you're wearing right now? Do you really want to show them that? I'm not wearing my costume. This is called Tuesday. Okay, well, so how many students do we have today? Because I have rent to pay, and I have a big charity event coming up, and I have to look nice. No, not my event. No, I know I'm charity, but not me, like actual charity. Yes, they're raising money for homeless cats, so I need to be there. Look. The activity bus from the Winsome Willows is going to that because a lot of their residents have been big contributors this year. And you know how I feel about really big contributors. God bless those kitty cats. So how many is it? You couldn't get any more than that? I mean, didn't you pass out flyers all over the shopping center? How did we only get 3? I offered a special discount for people who have been divorced more than twice. Mm-hmm. Fine. Well, I guess I will just make the most of it then. So, what do we know about these people? Are they themselves perhaps moneyed or money adjacent, or do they have the potential to become moneyed after some long period of litigation? What are we talking about here? Okay. That does not sound promising. Yeah, that's that. I don't know many rich teachers, so yeah, good luck in that divorce. So well, that's the whole goal of the class, right? We want to help. We want to give them a little springboard into, and it's not just about money, but it's just about happiness. And I don't see why a person can't be just as happy with, a moneyed special friend as they would be with one who's not. I mean, Yeah, so here's what I was thinking we would do. And since we only have three students today, I will see if I can get them in the back door to the charity event. Possibly we can sneak them in. Do you still have that key? Okay, we're gonna try it on the back door. Sometimes you know how you took that class, yeah, where you learn. I think that's going to come in handy here. We're going to see what we can do, but we're going to definitely try to get them in and see. Then they could use their special costume to maybe make a new friend. And what's wrong with making a new friend? I think it's wonderful making new friends. Speaking of friends, how's it going with your friend? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you know what they say about people who break up with you right before a big event? They didn't care about you anyway. Did you get a parting gift? Sometimes they get parting gifts and they can be very nice. Yes, that's sensitive. Don't bring that up. Um, just a Rolex. No. Better luck next time. Hey, maybe you can meet somebody there. Well, we're all going to try, aren't we? We're all going to try. This is a delightful bouquet. Which box did you get this out of? It's very nice. Oh, well, on sale? That's even better. Don't tell anybody I said that. Oh, please don't ever let that get out that I said that. My goodness. You have so much blackmail on me. You even saw me clipping coupons the other day. My life is in your hands, Brad. I'm basically at your mercy here. Now, so you're saying the one is divorced from a teacher? Okay, I don't know how to work with that. What's her name? Michelle. No, I'll have to have a talk with her about that. And the other one? What's her name? Amber? Amber. Perhaps. Okay, what is her deal? She's never married. Okay, never married. That's cool. That might be appealing to some special little moneyed friends that we might meet at the event. What does she do for a living? Well, secretary. That's cool. Yeah, I see a lot of potential there for cute little outfits. And the third one? What? That's not a name, Brad. I think you wrote it down wrong. Look at it again. You can put on your glasses. There's nobody here but me. I won't tell anyone. Brian. Her name is Brian, and it just stops there. Brian. Brian. It's like something's missing. I don't know. I don't understand. Brian. No, yeah, we're definitely changing that one. That's not her name anymore. She can admit to it after the wedding. Okay. Are they here? Oh, well, don't leave them outside. Bring them in. Bring them in. Oh my gosh. I can't help it. I just keep petting it. It's it's so soothing. There's something just so calming about this dress. I tell you, I could just pet myself all day. It's sparkly and soothing at the same time. It's like if I've gone to heaven. And this is what I now do for eternity. Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. But there's just so much of it. Just bring them in, have them come in. I have snacks set out. We have saltines and Velveeta. It's the best I can do, Brad. That's all I had a coupon for. Just get them, please. Oh, come in. Hello. It is so nice to meet you. Come in, have a seat. Okay, I want you in a certain order. Michelle, which one of you thinks your name is Michelle? Okay, you here. Okay, I understand there's an Amber. You don't look like an Amber. No, you look like a Heather. I think your name is Heather. We're going to call you Heather now, okay? Have a seat, and you have a name that I am sure Brad got wrong. What is your name? Breon. Breon? Did your parents make a mistake? Or, well, I mean, even family names can, they need to die sometimes. Like, it just doesn't need to be perpetuated. No offense. I don't mean any offense. I am a gracious host. Please have a seat there. That is a genuine Naugahyde sofa, circa 1972. Isn't it nice? Yes, I am part of an elite class of people. Well, of course it doesn't look like I am. That's the thing. That's the thing. See, let me tell you about it. It's called Nouveau Pour. Nouveau Pour. Have you heard of it? It's going to be the latest thing. It's going to be huge. Like maybe early next year. After New Year's, because see, all the celebrities have already bought all their fancy costumes and they have all their arrangements for New Year's. So they don't want to have to change all that now, right? And lose deposits and not get to use things. So after this January, you're going to hear a lot about Nouveau Pour. I think a lot of people are going to be Nouveau Pour. And so I'm just getting ahead of the trend. That is one thing about being a sparkly friend that I want you to write down. Did you bring your notebooks? Excellent, excellent. Okay. And I said, you are Heather. You are Heather. So write this down, everybody. And Breon, we will be assigning you a new name because that is not acceptable. Now, one thing you need to know about me, Charity Honeywell, by the way. It's very nice to meet you. I am a professional sparkly friend. Yes, I have been in the sparkly friend game for many years. I'm not going to say how many. Not important. And I am sort of between engagements and marriages at the moment, which gives me plenty of free time to do this for you today. And it is my pleasure to have you here. Brad, did you collect the payments for the class? Yes, I am especially glad to have you since all of your payments have been received. That's wonderful. All right. So I am very blunt. Write that down. Charity is very blunt, but honest. I am blunt, but honest. And I just want you to know that I care about each and every one of you, unless your card is declined, and then I'm going to have to show you the door. I love you like a cell phone. You're awesome at first, but eventually you got to go. So tell me about your motivations. First of all, do you know why we're here? We are here to discuss Halloween costumes, right? And if you want to be a sparkly friend, as Brad would tell you, if you aspire to be a sparkly friend, you always have to keep your real motivation hidden away. You want to take that motivation and tuck it down in a tiny pocket or in your little, your little rhinestone clutch. You want to just take it and tuck it away and make sure nobody knows. It'll be our little secret, but that's okay. And really, it's all about the community. Yeah, going out into the community and finding people who need help spending money. I mean, we help people cross the street. We help people, take care of things at home if they have a tree fall. I'm sure there are people who do something, I don't know what you do to clear that, or what do you do, Brad? What do people do when a tree falls? I always just had my special friends, groundskeeper, take care of it. But what do the little people do? What? It's called a what? A chainsaw. Have you heard of chainsaws? This sounds exciting. I want one. Do they come with rhinestones? Can you bedazzle a chainsaw? What does it look like? What does it look like? Pull it up on your phone. Everyone, Brad's going to show us what a chainsaw looks like. Well, maybe you don't know that. I might not be the only one here who doesn't know what one looks like. The other two might just be afraid to speak. Well, then I guess I am the only one. Let me see that. Bring it here. Ooh, that looks dangerous. I like it. I think next year I'm going to have to incorporate a chainsaw into my costume. Give me a fierce, dangerous look. I could be a chainsaw person. What are they called? A chainsaw person. A what? No, I'm not going to kill anybody. I want to be a chainsaw person next year, Brad. Could you just write that down? I want to make a note of that. Let me be a chainsaw person next year, but shiny. Are any chainsaw people shiny? Maybe I could be the first. Yes. Sorry. That's another thing I want you to write down. Always plan ahead. Always be prepared for the future, and be prepared to come up with new ideas for future endeavors, because we're never done. We are always sparkly, and we are always friendly. We always have a smile. If the check clears. Yay. Okay. Did you all bring your costumes, or do you know what you want to be if you do not yet have? Do you have your costumes? You do. You two don't. Okay, well, TikTok, sweeties, it is now like less than a week until Halloween. You really should have been planning this at least 3 months ago, because now the pickings are going to be very slim. Yeah, kind of like our friends, exactly. But they're not completely gone, and we're not going to give up hope, because there's always someone out there who wants to be friends with someone special. Yes. All right, so I need to give you a new name. Yes, I do. As I said, I'm very blunt, but I'm here to help. Michelle is a terrible name, and we don't like it. We do agree. Yes, we do. We agree that we don't like your name. So, I would say you are a Tiffany. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Tiffany. Brad, will you write that down? You're Tiffany now. You're Heather. Tiffany, Heather. Breon. Like, I don't even know what to do with that. Can you stand up and let me have a look at you? It's all about learning. It's all about improvement. So let me, if you would just slowly turn. I'm sorry if you stuck to the couch. That happens, But Nouveau Pour does come with its downside. Are you not familiar with Naugahyde? How about avocado green and harvest gold? Well, you will be. Okay. You are. First of all, I think you're very lovely. I think you're a lovely person. That has to be your real hair. Yeah, okay. We'll get to that in a minute. So you are, what do you think, Brad? Ew, no. Ew, no. You are no longer Breon. I want to give you an intriguing name. You are Quinn. Your name is Quinn. Yes. Quinn. Yes, but it's spelled differently. We want to give you a very special spelling of your name. We will spell it Kwynn. No, wait. I can do even better than that. We're going to make you so unique. Kwyn apostrophe N-E. Quinn. Pronounced Quinn. But it will look like Quinny? It will be a wonderful conversation starter for all the events we go to where you have to put your name on a tag. Thank me later. Trust me. Now, a lot of our special friends cannot read things from a distance. They will have to get right up to your tag to read it, so make sure you place it in a really strategic location. You want to give them something special to look at. Plus, sometimes I think they use that as an excuse to get very close. Personally, that's what I think they're doing. I think they can see just fine because they can all afford the eye surgery. But I think they do it so they can get extra close to stuff. That's fine. Okay, Quinn. Yes, you need to get used to responding to Quinn. So it's kind of like when you get a new dog and you have to just call their name a lot. Do you have assistants? Maybe you could have well, if you don't have assistants, do you have any friends that could just like come over and just shout the name Quinn at you frequently? Well, for a special fee, we could actually get Brad to do it. Brad would be happy to, wouldn't he? Yes, you can have Brad come over and spend the day with you, and just periodically throughout the day at random, he will just shout Quinn in your general direction. You will have to train yourself to respond. And when he says Breon, you have to train yourself to go, who is that? What kind of horrible name is that? That's terrible. Okay? Well, we can work that out later if you're interested. Just talk to Brad after class, okay? Fantastic. So you're going to need to do the same with your name. You are now Heather. What was your name? Do you remember? No, Tiffany. Tiffany, like the expensive stuff in the blue boxes. That's it. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. So many things, so many things. As I mentioned before, we do need to talk about hair. Write this down. Natural hair is never beautiful. Okay? Well, what you see, most of what you see on TV, social media, the internet, that's not their real hair. Did you know that? And so now people have become so accustomed to seeing fake hair that when they see someone's real hair, it's borderline traumatic, especially on a woman. To see her actual hair is quite frightening, and no one wants to see that. But here's the thing about natural hair, okay? So no one wants to see it, but you can't openly admit to it not being your natural hair. You have to be very adamant that, of course, this is my natural hair, because your little moneyed friends may ask you about that. They might, because they might express an interest in being with a genuine person. You know, they want to be with someone who has natural beauty, which we all know from the awesome movie Steel Magnolias. There is no such thing as natural beauty. Yes, don't forget that. And if you have not seen that movie, that is your homework for tonight. You need to go home and watch Steel Magnolias. If you haven't seen it in at least 6 months, you need to go home and watch it again. There is no such thing as natural beauty, and natural hair is not beautiful. So you're going to need to cover up and enhance your actual hair, but you cannot admit that you've done it. It's like this thing that society has just decided, and we're just going to go with it. Okay? Sometimes in life, to get the things that we deserve, we have to put up with things that we don't like. It's going to get worse. Trust me. If I don't want to get into war stories, but I have had many special friends, many moneyed friends. I've had moneyed husbands, moneyed fiancés, and sometimes things come up and sometimes things happen, and you just kind of go with it. Have you ever worn a saddle? Anyway, write that down. Adversity. Adversity is a thing that you're going to have to deal with, like wearing 5-inch heels all night. That's a struggle. I mean, that's human struggle right there. Eyelash extensions. They should write The Grapes of Wrath about that. Exactly. Our own personal hell. But it's all worth it to make new friends, and that's what we're all about. We're very interested in community involvement. That's right. And that's what we all care about, right? Because we're very giving people. My name even implies that. You know, charity. I'm all about charity. Charity is the only thing that matters to me. So, if you have any extra money, you can always give it to charity. Oh, I know you guys don't have extra money. That's why you're here. That's totally fine. You can actually use that to your advantage in the coming year when nouveau pour becomes the in vogue thing for so many people. And see, this house that I live in here, oh, it's totally mine, as long as my mom lets me stay. And the thing about this house is it's wonderful. This is going to be a real status symbol in the coming next year or two as nouveau pour becomes very popular. Yes, you hear of mobile phones, you hear of, mobile doctor's offices, mobile offices, tiny homes. This is a mobile home. It has wheels. Did you see that when you came in? How delightful. How charming is that? It has wheels and it's genuine vintage. Some people call it a trailer. But mobile home is better. La maison de mobile. Shut up, Brad. Yes. So that's why, it's vintage, early 70s, and I can certify that. I have the paperwork in my mom's possession, and this is going to be the kind of thing that everyone wants. It has that rugged quirkiness to it of the early 70s. And since no one has any unique ideas anymore, we just keep going to the past and mining things from the past and just dumping them in the present time like we invented it. It's remarkable. It's almost like recycling, but it's kind of sad because no one has any creativity anymore. It's truly an interesting time we live in. So I need to get exactly. We need to get started on your costumes because I have a surprise for y'all. I have a surprise for you. Yes. What? Oh, yes. If everyone wants to admire Brad's costume, he has to go. He's doing a tennis lesson in just a bit, and he has to go change. Yeah. Does anyone want to guess what he is? Turn around, Brad. Let him see it. I did not personally approve this costume, and I certainly did not design it. No, he's not homeless. Brad, if you wear that to the charity event, you are going to confuse everyone. Okay, I cannot have you by my side looking like that. You look like you just blasted in from outer space and got burned up on re-entry or something. Are you like a space capsule? That's what I thought too, yeah. I can see that. Yep, we all agree that we're very confused by your costume. And if you go dress, just do the lumberjack again. I know I said that, but I think the lumberjack is preferable. Plus, it was very popular, as I recall. You've made several friends with that lumberjack costume. Okay, well, or you know what you could do. That's what I was just thinking. What are you wearing to do the tennis lesson? Because you could wear that. That's actually a very nice outfit. It really shows off your physique. He's been working out a lot lately, and you look great. Yeah, you could really show it off with that. I cannot stress enough, Brad, how I do not ever want to be seen in public with this outfit. Whether it's on you or not, I really don't want to be seen with this outfit in my presence. You're ruining my vibe, okay? It's just not, it's not okay. So he's going to go change. Yes. You know what he is? And see, I didn't guess this either. He's a telephone line, like a power line. What are you? A lineman? Isn't that a football thing? I've never seen a football player look like that. A lineman? Whatever those things are that brings the stuff in the house. What is it? It makes the lights work. What is that? Electricity, thank you. He repairs the lines. What are they? Power lines. What a coincidence that they would call it that. And we talk about our power being on. What a coincidence that they call them power lines. The universe is so crazy. Yeah. So he's a line repairman who got electrocuted. It's very depressing. I agree. Okay, well, go ahead and change. We all agree it's terrible. Don't you think he should be a lumberjack? Or at least tennis instructor? We agree that your costume is awful. Yeah, so, yeah, just go change. Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Are you coming back? Okay, please do come back. We might have questions for you. And we might have some work for you too. Okay. So, Brad may come back. If you need him to come shout your new name at you, he can certainly do that. We can give reduced rates if you want him to stay for longer periods, but we'll work all that out later. Okay, so Halloween is a very important time of year. Write that down. Halloween is very important for sparkly friends. It's almost as important as Christmas. Oh, well, I understand that Jesus is the reason for the season, but there's a little bit more to it than that. I can fully appreciate that, but you got to consider the gifts and all the friends that you can make and all the events you can go to. I mean, I think even Jesus would agree with that. That's pretty important too. So, costumes. Costumes are everything. Costumes are everything because guess what? We're going to be going to an event together. That was what I wanted to tell you. I'm going to do my level best to sneak you into the Homeless Cats Foundation. They're having a charity fundraiser, and I'm going to do everything I can to get you three in. Oh, you don't need any money. No, 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 no. That's the whole great thing about being a sparkly friend. You don't need any money. No, in fact, if you don't have any money, you can just make up trends to justify your lack of funds and make it sound like you're actually just ahead of the curve on things. Yeah, it's wonderful. So you don't have your costume, is that right? No, you do. You two don't. Okay. But do you know what you want to be, or do you think you know what you want to be? Because, see, I don't know if you've thought about this, and this is what you need to think about at all times. If you really want to be a sparkly friend, you're going to have to think about these things. What would my potential moneyed friend think of this? And granted, that's a lot longer than the what would Jesus do little thing. But we need to put that like on a bracelet. What would my potential moneyed friend think of this? Yeah, might actually need to put that on a necklace because that's quite a lot. Do you want to go in there looking cute, sexy, mysterious? Ooh, I have found one thing and I want you to write this down. When you are discussing anything with the distinguished gentleman of the Winsome Willows, do not, under any circumstances, wear a Grim Reaper costume. You will find out very quickly that they are a lot faster than they look in those wheelchairs. They will pop up out of there and run like Usain Bolt if they see the Grim Reaper approaching them. So do not wear anything that even looks like the Grim Reaper. You definitely want to avoid that look. No Grim Reaper. No Grim Reaper. Because we will be seeing the folks from the Winsome Willows a lot. And I do know that they're going to definitely be at the Homeless Cats Foundation's charity fundraiser. Yes. Well, you did hear correctly, yes. I don't think there's really a name for it. If we had actually gotten married, I would be a widow and I would not be doing this right now because I would be richer than the Lord God or everyone else, but here I am. There's not really a name for it if your fiance dies. Yeah, well, he dropped his pocket watch down the drain in the kitchen and he stuck his hand down in there and bless his heart, he accidentally somehow hit the switch and it chewed his arm and he was stuck there for days because his assistant had gone on vacation. I wasn't there because I was away getting my elbows done and I didn't know. Poor guy just died there in the garbage disposal. Yeah, so it's I'm very sad. I'm very sad. We were this close to forever happiness and saying I do, and then the garbage disposal had to ruin it. No Copperhead estate for me. It's very sad. Yeah, it's very tragic. Yeah, I mean that he died. That's what I was saying. It's so tragic that he died. And all that money went to distant relatives. I know. The world is a cruel place. It's very cruel, a very cruel place. And it makes me very sad. So yes, I am single. There is no ring on my all-important finger here. You want to make sure, write this down, you want to keep this finger right here very plain. In fact, you could just do away with all the rings on this hand to make it extra obvious because as I said, their vision is not as sharp as it used to be, a lot of them. So you want to make it very clear that you are super duper available. I mean, just painfully available. That's what you want you want to make that message known because a lot of communication is non-verbal and our special friends are going to be paying very close attention to everything we do and don't do, and they will listen to what we say, but not so much as what we do. So, yeah, they're going to be looking at our costumes and we are going to be mingling at this charity event. I'm going to teach you in future classes how to act like you're bidding on things, but you're not. Silent auctions, live auctions. I'm going to show you how to play the part, but not have to pay the money. And that will give a very good impression. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with giving a good impression, because we all know, okay, we know that we are good people in here. Beneath any silicone we may or may not have. We know that. So if we have to kind of shape people's perceptions of reality to get them to understand how good we are, it's fine. It's fine, because ultimately they will see how wonderful we are, whether we actually bid on anything or not. As long as they just get the idea that we're going to bid on something, that's all that matters. So, all right, Tiffany, what sort of costume do you have today? Let me see. Is it in this bag? Here, just pick it up. Let me see. Ew, it's in plastic. Did you buy this costume in a store? Okay, well, don't let anyone know. Were you planning on buying a costume in a store? Do not let anyone know you did that. Okay, you definitely, at this point, before nouveau pour kicks in, you definitely do not want them to know that you are not also moneyed, because they may kind of bristle at that. So we want to do everything we can to let them know that we are also moneyed. So you're going to tell them this. Just remember the name Andre. Andre. So if you need to explain where something came from, just say, "Oh, Andre acquired this for me. Andre takes care of my hair." You can just use the same name for everything, and they're not going to remember. Okay, so what costume do you have? I understand it's in cellophane or some sort of unfortunate plastic, but what are we working with here? What do we have? Oh, that's adorable. No, it's cute if you're, 5. You can't be a scarecrow, Tiffany. I've never heard of a scarecrow named Tiffany. How are you going to make that fabulous? How? Have you thought about that? Now just imagine this. The special friend of your dreams is rolling towards you right now. Yes, he has his nurse with him and his oxygen tank, and he's barely lucid, and he nods off frequently, which is why you need to get used to making very short, interesting comments, and just be prepared to wait while they sleep, and then when they wake up you can remind them of what you were saying. The good thing about the naps, though, is that it gives you time to think of new things to say. Yeah, embrace the naps and your special moneyed friends. Everyone, yes, embrace the naps. They're actually great. Also gives you time to touch up makeup or redo anything that needs to be redone. And yes, it's wonderful. So you can always be presentable. So no, Tiffany, no. You can take that scarecrow costume back. Anything, I think, with the word scare in it is probably not good for a lot of our moneyed friends, because they do have heart conditions. Is this where the heart is? Like here? I think it's here. Yeah, a lot of them have heart conditions, and we really just can't risk it. What if he grew up on a farm and had a bad experience out in the cornfield one day? You could trigger a traumatic memory with that, and then he could just get right before you even get to say "I do." Now, wouldn't that be terrible? That would be a tragedy. All that work for nothing? Let's not. So you can return that. That will not work. Yes. Okay. So you, Tiffany, I think if you have the name Tiffany, you definitely want to go with something especially wonderful. I think you should be a pretty princess. What do you think? I think she would make a beautiful princess. Yes. See, I can lend you my crown. I have a collection. I will let you look through my crown collection. We will pick out an appropriate crown. And I want you to wear a beautiful gown. Do not wear white. I'll explain why in a minute. Do not wear that. I could see you, especially with the name Tiffany, in a nice powder blue, like a light blue dress, like a ball gown. We like balls. And you're going to wear that. You're going to cinch it up, make it nice and pretty, but you want it to be, you also want it to be somewhat modest. You want you want to have just the right mix of skin and modesty, because you never know what your moneyed friend is going to be interested in. So you want to sort of stay in the middle of that. Yes, and if his tastes go one way or the other, you can sort of tailor your costumes going forward. Um, well, yeah, trust me, if you're a sparkly friend, you're going to be wearing a lot of costumes. You get to play dress up a lot. So you're going to be a pretty, pretty princess, and your name is what? Tiffany? Good. You're learning. I like that. You learn fast. Now for you there, Heather, are you okay? Yes, just sit up straight. Everyone sit like this. No slouching. Sparkly friends don't slouch. You have to sit up nice and straight, like this. Just imagine you're trying to get the top of your head to touch the ceiling. And you'd be surprised how often that actually happens. You will hit the top of your head on a lot of things. So, you there, Heather. Your name is Heather. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, Heather, what were you thinking for your costume? Well, that has potential. I can see that. I like the youth angle of it. I just don't know about being a roller derby participant. What do you call that? A derbier? Roller derby? Okay, well, doing that in real life is nice. It can be a bit aggressive, though. And some of our moneyed friends do not like that. Although some might. They might find it intriguing to see that, you can get in there and throw elbows with the best of them. Yes. Are you hoping to get especially burly or muscular? I don't think you're going to be a roller derby person. No. No, I don't think so. What could we have you be? No, nurse is not a good idea. See, they're surrounded by nurses all day long. Although you could go with a traditional nurse's costume, which most nurses don't wear. They might like a nurse. You could possibly do like, with the little white hat and the dress and the little watch thing. Not like the Joker, not like that, but don't blow anything up. But you could have on the nice little dress and everything and do the little hair. Oh, that might actually be really cute on you. What do you think about that? You could be a nurse. I like that. I think that could look really good, and make sure you wear a costume that accentuates all the right things. Yeah, you gotta suck it in. Just for now. Just till after the vows, and after that, not so much. There's surgery for that anyway. Okay. Now, for you, do you remember your name? It's Quinn. Quinn with the unique spelling. It's not tragic. It's tragique. It's a tragique spelling of Quinn, but it's going to make you very special, because that's all you need to be special is a special name. That's all it takes. Didn't you know that? Okay, darling Quinn. Darling Quinn, what were you thinking to do for your costume? You are correct. I do not approve. Are you serious? Okay, other two students, do you see any problems with that costume? I hate to be so blunt, but what were you thinking? You haven't purchased anything, have you? Good. Darling Quinn, you cannot go as a hot dog. No. No, that's a little bit too far over on the wacky side for a sparkly friend. You cannot be a hot dog. Again, are you 5? You cannot be a hot dog. It's time to grow up and wear sparkly friend costumes. You're not going to be a hot dog. No, look. Here's the thing you want to remember too. Being a sparkly friend has seasons to it, okay? You are going to go through a season with your special moneyed friend. Hopefully that season will involve a wedding and no prenup and no pesky family members. These are all questions you want to ask in the initial meetings, by the way. Do you have any close family? You know, do you trust me? You can trust me. And when he takes his naps, you can actually just sort of whisper that in his ear. I don't know that it works. It's not scientific. But I do believe if you whisper in their ear like, no prenup, no prenup. You trust me. You trust me. I think it does kind of sway their opinion on the whole prenup thing. Yes. And you know, do special things for them and remind them of why you're so wonderful. Yeah. So no hot dog. No, you're not get. What is your obsession with this? No, you can't be a bottle of ketchup either. Are you just fixated on like picnics and stuff? You can't do that. You absolutely cannot. No. So, we have a pretty princess. Are you doing you want to be a nurse? Okay. You, Quinn. What do I see you as? Ooh, you know what you should do? You know what you should do? And I have the perfect person to help you with this costume. You are going to be either a woodland nymph. A woodland nymph, yes. Not a nympho. That's not short for anything. No, a nymph. Are you not familiar with that? That's fine. You're either going to be like, it's kind of like, you'd be like a little fairy, like a woodland little fairy with the wings and everything and the cute little costume and like green and brown, a little bit of gold. You could do that. Or, you could be a woodland nymph or a mermaid. Ooh, I could see you as a mermaid. You would make a beautiful mermaid. Let's do the mermaid because that gives you potential for all kinds of sparkle. And I have lots of sparkle that I will let you borrow. Yes, you do have to sign some paperwork though because these are very expensive rhinestones, okay? I paid full price for some of this stuff and I can't just let anybody borrow it. So I may have to get you to sign some things. But yes, you can be a mermaid. I think that would be beautiful. Okay, you're going to be a mermaid, and we are definitely going to do something about your hair. All of you need hair makeovers, by the way. And again, I do hate to be so blunt, but if you want to be a sparkly friend, you have to learn to take a lot of harsh stuff, you know. But it's all worth it, though, to make a new friend and to just stamp out a little bit of loneliness in the wealthy retirement community. I think it's worth it. I think it's a small price to pay to make one very wealthy man less lonely. Yes, wonderful. Now, I told you can't wear white because I will be wearing... No, this is not my costume. No, this is called Tuesday. Yes. Well, when you're a sparkly friend, you always want to be sparkly. Write that down. Always be sparkly. You always want to look very shiny because you never know when you're going to see your special friend. Yeah, you might just have to pop in out of nowhere. You might accidentally run into him on the squash court, and you want to be ready with your sparkle at any given moment. We are like Minutemen, but bedazzled. Yes. So you cannot wear white. So none of you, well, I guess your nurse costume will be white, but it's not really going to matter because it's definitely not going to compete with me. I will be out in front of our group. I will be heading up our little group as we mingle throughout the event. Just remember to stay behind me where I tell you to stay. And then Brad will be behind us. It's kind of like if you've ever seen geese walk. They have the leader in the front and they have one in the back and they have all the others right in the middle. See, you're like the middle geese and we have to take care of you. We don't want you to stray off to find an unapproved friend. We will bring you back in and make sure that you are directed to the right friend for you. We will select special friends for you to maximize your chances of being very happy in the future. Yes. Okay. So I will be wearing white. I will be wearing I'm going as a bride. Yes. I'm going to be a bride for Halloween, and it's very suggestive. Yes, it's quite daring. But I have a special friend who may be there, and I want him to see my potential. And I happen to know he's very eager to find a lovely young wife. Don't worry about how old I am. I'm younger than he is, so that makes me young. So, yes, you cannot wear white except for you, because I guess you have to. And yes, oh, Brad, did you forget something? Oh, yeah. Well, we've done their costumes, and we're going to need you to do some shopping later. Yeah. Well, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it, and then we will just send you a bill for the total. How about that? With just a tiny a little fee for our troubles. Just a tiny little fee. But we will obtain your costumes. I need to get your measurements, your actual measurements, and then we will make sure to get costumes that work for you. And remember the name Andre. Whenever your special friend asks you, "Oh, that's nice. Where did you get it?" Don't say Target, don't say Walmart, do not say Goodwill. Do not ever utter the G word, because that is just that's like a nuclear bomb. Don't do that. You don't even know what Goodwill is. You don't even know what Walmart is or Target. No. Andre, pick this up for me. I have no idea. Oh, how much was it? I don't know. I just signed the bill. Andre takes care of everything for me. Just say Andre did it. They're not going to know the difference. The name kind of sounds exotic, so they'll just go with it. And they will think that you are compatible, which you totally are. You totally are, and they're going to see that. So are we ready for Halloween? I am so ready. I have my bride costume ready. I had a lot to choose from. I've had quite a few wedding dresses in my time, so I just picked the most fabulous one, and I will be wearing that for Halloween this year. So don't be surprised by my beauty when you see me. You might be slightly stunned. Just take a moment, take a few breaths, and then follow me as we proceed through the event. All right, I think this class has been very educational. I think it has been very helpful. Now, you can speak with Brad. He's going for his tennis lesson, but then we'll get back together with you on that, and we will work on your names and get your measurements, and we're going to be so ready for this charity event, and we are going to trick or treat our cute little booties off and meet some new friends too. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you again really soon.